Hey there, this is Peacekeeperalex. We're gonna carry off with the Yellow Turban Rebellion campaign. This is gonna be Let's Play number 27. This is gonna be the Psychic Wargamers stream number 32. This is Peacekeeperalex and the Psychic Wargamers. Let's carry on. Kong Rong is on his last legs. He is probably sweating near this very large mountain and small town. A weapons craftsman, actually. And one army too as well, over here and over here near farmland for some reason. So we're gonna have to chase him down over to the west, and we're gonna be able to secure it once we take this last settlement from Kong Rong here. And over to the west, we have interesting tidings. Pencheng is ready to be taken as well too. We're gonna retake that temple, and Huang Shao is with us. Revenge is sweet. Retribution. We're gonna attack it right now, actually. It's gonna be 3073 against 1150. It's gonna be he against Liu Bei. It's Siege of Pencheng Temple. Huang Shao had lost his last territory here early on in the game.
This is good. Together, we shall bring transformation to China. Do not be disheartened by autumn's flight, friends.
Now draw your weapons. Battle is upon us.
Alright, so it's a fairly gloomy day. It's raining. And this temple is rightfully ours. That's pretty much it. Let's sally forth. My army comp consists of a lot of bowmen. 5 bowmen. I got 1 horseman. I actually got 6 bowmen. I lied. Some Yellow Turban warriors. 5 units. We also have some People's Warband. That's light sword infantry. We also have some heavy sword infantry, Yusha. Chanters, light sword infantry, as well as Yellow Sky Heralds, light sword. We do have 1 cav unit and a couple spearmen as well too. We're gonna march through this forest.
Watch out! The enemy lies in wait for us!
There, we've spotted the enemy. So we do spot on the enemy side here a 4-bow unit and Jian cavalry captain. Their generals are fairly beat up, so they're not going to be able to do too much. Or on my side, I have full health generals. I'm going to send a general after each one of theirs. They are firing upon us as we approach. Our bowmen are not in range yet. Oh! Enemy general falls right off the first sword strike of one of mine. You can see my generals harassing the enemy here. There, whoa. And the bowmen are firing upon my general as well as shifting fire also. Still firing upon my men. So we've surrounded them. There is a right flank cavalry conflict currently happening. Gion Sword Guard taking on Yellow Turban Horsemen. Both medium sword. So that's an interesting one.
The enemy unit flees! What cowards!
And my bowmen are now firing upon them, and they're getting fairly decimated here.
One step closer to victory!
See some fierce fighting here happening with some axemen.
Enemy warriors are running! Ha!
And some Yellow Sky Heralds as well, taking on some spear guards. And they are retreating.
The men have no ammunition! Draw your weapons!
That is near victory, except they still have 2 cav units over here fighting.
The men are out of ammunition! Cavalry, stand ready!
Victory.
This is proof of our righteousness!
We captured a character here, Lu Huan. Modest, distinguished, and philanthropic. Okay, I pronounced that correctly? Oh, we're gonna release him.
They merely do their
Occupied 8 wounded. Yellow Turban's power grows as more commanders fly the yellow flag. The entirety of 5 commanderies. Challenge success. We do have a couple. Well, we did have missions, but now we have 0 missions, so I'm hoping those missions pop up here. Diplomatic reports, ancillaries. We got a tunic of divination, plus 6 cunning. Luxuries, expertly made and only for the learned. We also have a composite bow. Moves and shifts with the weather and climate, remaining deadly at all times. And ancillary acquired. These little subjects have Gained a boon which may be used to help us further our cause. The seasoned leader wears armor tested by time and combat. Carriers vestments. Character developments. Yin Song. China's vastness is matched only by the many exemplars of wisdom and might that traverse it. The following individuals of note are currently visiting our lands, and we should not hesitate to engage the most promising to our service. We are still currently working on the People's Compassion, 3 more turns. There's been like 3 or 4 battles per turn here, so I haven't been able to do a string of turns to finally get that and unlock that position to be able to appoint. But we do have Penchang, and the west I feel is fairly secure. Right off into the distance, the east, not the west. I do see Kingdom of Song army right in the distance though. And we are surrounded by 3 enemy settlements, so we only have 6, and no 7 with Kongrong over here too as well, his regional city. So that is 7 settlements we have to deal with. But we have 4 armies here, and it's fairly secure. I'm actually going to move up Bengzhou and put him near Pengcheng, I think. The temple. 2 armies near the temple. And I actually want to move this guy out of Pengcheng next turn, I think. We do have some generals to upgrade. Pingai. The Scholar and Brewer. He's a water clock. Resolution, Tranquility, Integrity. Here we're going with Tranquility. +3 Resolve, +5 Instinct, +2 Enlightenment, +3% income from peasantry. Go down the list, and we find Yijai. Or Yijai. He can get some followers as well too. Eavesdropper. We'll do that. And he is a farmer, the Scholar Farmer. Nice. Ooh, and we're gonna go with Insight here. Get +15% research rate, +2 Enlightenment, +3 Authority, +5 Expertise, +10% ranged block chance. Apply that. And Ren Hui, or Hui, the Healer Musician. Excels at inspiring troops and firing at range, but weaker in melee. When this one plays, the world pauses for a short while to listen. Very cool. I think we'll go Knowledge of the Spirit. Knowledge of the Spirit, +3 Resolve, +5 Instinct, +2 Enlightenment. And we can't get any more followers, so we'll leave it there. We can switch different weaponry, though. I wonder if some higher-ups could use some more weaponry. Guada. Yeah, Twin Marshal. We'll equip that instead. Let's check Huang Shao. He does have weaponry already. Hang Xian, we can give him the axe, but he uses a gun. That's interesting. So he's used to using gun. I think we'll leave that. We can use Military Jian, which is probably much better. 300 melee damage, 225 healer damage, 30 melee attack rate, plus 9 expertise. And yeah, this one gives us a lot more melee damage and armor piercing. So we're going to equip that. We'll leave it there. I do have some monetaries to spend. Holy smoke, I got 29k, so just upgrade some cities here. Upgrade Shenyang. Got this one city here, which is sticking in the craw of Cao Cao to a certain degree. Livestock farm, not city, sorry, settlement. We'll also upgrade this. Upgrade Pencheng, regional city. We'll upgrade. Where's this Runin as well? And now we're going to upgrade this one to an imperial city, Jiangxia. That's going to be really good. Although, food might not. We might have a problem with food here in a bit. Improve undesirable neighborhoods. Look at the people. So maybe we'll switch that afterwards.
Hold the center. Serve integrity. Absolutely not.
Ooh, and Gongdu is right next door to that Kongrong army. Right on Sunsei land. We'll see what that happens. And we can move this guy finally, I think. Oh, we still have to intern. So we'll intern.
Tolerance is the best we can offer.
And now Yuan Shao is trying to offer peace, but Gongdu's not hearing it.
You are too greedy.
I wouldn't either, I don't think. And we are going to get attacked here by Kingdom of Song, Yuan Shao. 2,969, with reinforcing 3,323 against 2,503. He against Kingdom of Song, Siege of Pencheng Temple. We do have the better of them here, I think.
So long as fortune shines down, we shall know glory.
Give these dogs nothing but fire and fury. These new foes will soon bend to our will.
Come to battle. We will not be slaves again.
So we are getting a reinforcing army here from the west. So I'm going to try and situate closest to the west. And I can see the enemy army already.
Our reinforcements are on the field.
So I'm going to try and attack them from their flank. Still situate my army. So they are going to be on a bit of a slant here. So we got some mounted saber militia, mounted lancer militia. See them charging up on the right flank.
Watch out! The
So
enemy
they have another cav unit as well. They got a lot of bowman unit. It's 5 units of bows, 3 of which are crossbows. Vanguard militant. What is this? I haven't seen this unit before, I don't think. Strong shields, swords, heavy sword infantry. got a unit of those. They have some halberds. Great Jai Guard, heavy halberd unit. So they got some decent units. They also have some saber militia as well. Some light sword. Warriors of Yay, medium halberd. So we want to focus on one of these units, I think. Get that Jai Guard. We're going to go in formation. Or at least try to.
Ready! Our general needs our aid. Formation! Take your position! Together!
And the right flank is getting attacked with that swordsman. They're going to... Just as I'm retreating on the right flank and they're attacking right in front of me, I try to attack that horseman. A horseman unit right on the right flank trying to creep up onto my arrowmen. Just as they sally forth and charge right into the front of two units on either side. So this little causeway and surrounded enemy units.
Your seal is lacking,
The cavalry unit ended up going back to the enemy side. But we are getting attacked. My horsemen here. We do have some horsemen getting attacked. Send 4 unhealthy units to try and stop this vanguard militant from attacking my horsemen from behind on the right flank. There is some horsemen units right behind my lines here, causing my arrowmen to flee. And I need to bring this reinforcing army over here quickly.
You lack the strength to defeat me.
I have a left flank, though, that's fairly free until this mounted lancer militia came through and kind of charged forth, stopping 2 of these units from being able to fold over on the enemy lines, attacking them from behind, but the cavalry retreats, and I'm able to attack them from behind. I am getting hit by archer fire here, too, and the enemy general is also attacking my archers as well. And another right flank attack. So they're going to win the right flank here. I only got a few units just holding them off. Right next door, there's this huge battle going on here. Yellow Turban Warriors, Yellow Sky Heralds, Enchanters taking on Saber Militia. Those Warriors of Yi, the Halberds. And a lot of my arrowmen have been put through the ringer here. Some of them half health, quarter health. Shifting my arrow fire here to try and attack that right to the right on the center. There's this huge battle taking place. You can see that arrow fire is really helping. And that'll be the difference. And now there's some spearmen. We're attacking from behind, but again, gonna have to shift and compensate for a cavalry charge right behind. I'm going to try and send one of the melee infantry that's in that engagement to the right flank to try and assist that yellow. I think that's a captain getting attacked too. Yellow Turban Warrior captain.
Struggling. Need some help?
Oh, how witty! How very
Some
witty!
archers out of arrows. I'm going to send them to the right flank to try and assist.
One of our generals is dead.
Yi has been defeated. And Huang Shao has gone berserk. My god. I was not paying attention to the generals and what they were going through. I'm going to hit the buffs. That's what they said. And now the reinforcing army is just getting there.
back! The enemy general has fallen! They were no match! Kill them! Blades! Charge! Attend, swordsman! To battle! To attention! Archers! At the ready! Destroy them! Swords at the ready! Bowmen! Unleash
So this sweeping reinforcing army is coming through here, but I can't help but feel the plight of some of the men here. Specifically if he has passed on.
archers ready! The time has come! At the ready! Attack! Archers, prepare!
And still fighting on the right flank here. Able to hold them off by sending supporting units, specifically those archers. Now also fighting mounted lancer militia to the right flank, a little bit over the ways in the center. There's 3 conflicts taking place, but the enemy doesn't really have too much to muster, so they're going to be kind of put through the ringer right now.
Spearmen, attack! Make ready! Ready! Kill them! Attack! Swords!
Just a couple units left here on the enemy side, and that will be victory.
Ready! Fight! To attention! Run! Charge! Stand ready! Show no mercy!
I've never seen a bowman put up more of a fight than this one. Archers.
Look, the enemy run! Raven!
My yellow turbans, warriors are just able to push through and finally take them out.
At the ready! Fight!
And Huang Shao's out for revenge.
Fight! Steel yourselves! To battle! The enemy warriors are running! Ha! The time has come! Charge! Do not relent! Swords at the ready! Run! Run! Swords drawn! Kill them! Lock down ready! Swordsmen! Unleash fury! Our men flee the battlefield!
We're able to find one of the enemy generals as well. He's in retreat. And that leaves that right flank conflict, which I'm shifting men over there to try and assist. As well as some cavalry to the north in that forest area. Some of the Yellow Turban warriors are able to catch up with.
Spearmen! Go, go, go! Hold! A unit has been completely destroyed. Show no mercy! Bowmen! Do not relent! Arrow! Sword sharpened! Spears ready!
So it's one small spear unit right behind them. And then a large amount of my army just shifting to behind,
Run! Raven, God!
crushing them. See a small pocket of that militant vanguard unit. Trying to survive. And they are in retreat. Oh, no. There's another one unit. These guys fight right to the end. And there we go. Just that last cavalry unit right on the right flank. A little bit down a ways from that. And they're retreating. That is victory. Really big battle. We're gonna claim victory here. We're gonna see what happened to He.
Picture victory, and it will be yours.
Oh, we're gonna release capture character. Both of them. Recruits. And He is still okay. Okay. He's wounded.
War wearies both our sides.
Yes, we will definitely take this peace treaty in regards to Zhangyan. It's a good one.
We are in concert then.
A lot of peace treaties signed. He went up 2 levels or 1 level, I think. I think we'll have so it's either gonna be zeal, fanaticism, tranquility. We're gonna do meditation plus 8 authority, enables unbreakable, plus 10 morale when defending. Everyone eats and drinks, yet only few appreciate the taste of food. And that unlocks flexibility. I was gonna click. Let's go flexibility. Plus 8 resolve. Plus 20% redeployment cost. Plus 5% replenishment. Like the weather, one's fortune may change by the evening. Leader of the people. General, legendary healer. With unwavering faith, he inspires others to follow his righteous footsteps. And family spare. He's armor.
Endure the scaling of a mountain to reach awesome views.
Vent frustration. How can I serve, my lord?
And we are right on the doorstep as well on Yuan Shu's territory. The one thing I wanted to look at first, to the west, is moving these armies downwards through Shangyong Pass to finally take that last Kongrong city in the west.
Remain poised.
Serve integrity.
We're actually going to recruit some men here, I think. We also got assignments to do. To Yanying.
Snow's purity hides many sins.
And we'll also
but they
recruit
still exist.
Bianjun.
The mightiest tree survives.
Out of the forest. I'd like a cavalry army.
Remain honest. On the march.
Be the sword. Attack! Remain sharp!
We're going to demand surrender. And we're going to continue siege. We try and attack Yuan Shu and Nanyang, large regional city. Continue siege.
Victory belongs to us!
We have a second army
Remain pure. Moving out.
right next door, just in case. We got some generals to upgrade as well too. He again we can upgrade. Oh, we didn't. It didn't stay. Okay, so we'll just do this again. I thought I hit apply. I could have sworn. Huang Chao. We also got 2 to upgrade here as well. Dignity. And also mobility. Dignity plus 8 instinct. Enables discipline plus 5 faction support. Nothing baffles evil like calm, composure, and propriety. Raise your sail 1 foot and you get 10 feet of wind. Also, we'll equip the bow. And one more general to upgrade here, I think. Yep, it's a Yang rebel officer, scholar and jade carver. Judgment plus 8 cunning plus 15% ranged damage plus 1 available trade agreement. Lord of Virtue, I like that. Gongdu and Heyi. Dramatic developments between our factions have been positive. Perfect. Wounds and death. Grave news, fallen general have been wounded. Yeah, saw that. Perhaps rest is needed to allow them time to fully recover. Character ranks gained. Elements. Auxiliaries. Disciples attire. Appointments. You can see Gongdu sieging a settlement from Dongmin.
No.
And Dongmin looks in trouble there.
Not possible.
That's what seems to be missing here. I didn't think about that, but certain kind of agents. It is most certainly. I'm guessing spiritually that they still facilitate those sort of actions and things of that nature. Because in the physical gameplay itself, I don't see any sort of agent machinism or mechanic. Well, there is probably mechanics, certain kind of mechanics. I wanted to see. I did want to mention, I had wondered if, you know, there was certain kind of light within this sort of gameplay, specifically within spiritual gameplay mechanics, but also in regards to embellishment pertaining to the physical gameplay itself. I think I spoke about it in an early episode, but like when certain kind of units pass on the battlefield, I'm wondering if it is seen like that a light appears over top of them, and what does it look like in the light? I mean, is there battle within the light in regards, or is it peaceful? I mean, I've heard of ones that, you know, on certain battlefields, that sort of thing, where a certain kind of positivity is invoked. I think partially, you know, some of which might be for protection purposes, but I think some of it isn't. I think some of it is for positivity purposes, optimism, and enlightenment. It's kind of interesting because we take a look at Heyi, and he kind of reminds me of spirituality, legendary healer, leader of the people. He's sort of that kind of personality and archetype. And I'm wondering what it was in regards to the Yellow Turban Rebellion, specifically in regards to the light, and how that plays out within the physical gameplay of this, well, this game, but not just physical gameplay, but the spiritual gameplay. As Cao Cao walks through my land, for his sake. There was light.
Why must we speak?
See if we can try and get out. Certain kind of dialogue. Well, I think about the Yellow Turban Rebellion and I think of quality of life. I don't know too much about it, but it kind of seemed like that's pretty much what it was about, I think. I don't know, I kind of felt like, I think the light is, and was, involved in regards to Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I think it was involved in multiple factions. I mean, what's interesting about this is that, like, I see a lot of good within all of the factions. Even Dong Zhao, yeah, I think so. If for sake, I don't know. I get a certain kind of presence from him. So, I think there is a goodness and morality. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Maybe that's part of the romance. I don't know. I think we'll end turn here.
Tolerance is the best we can offer. You expect too much.
And they end up attacking us here. So we're going to do one last battle here. Battle of Nanyang, large regional city. It's going to be He against Yuan Shu. It's going to be 3,468 deployed, reinforcing 1,574 against 4,409 deployed Yuan Shu and 847 reinforcing. So it's going to be quite a large battle. And yeah, if I'm not careful, they might be able to pull this out of the bag.
Be smart and be thoughtful. They will not stand a chance. Come, let us go forward to battle. Even the air itself freezes. It portends a bitter clash. Be wise in battle and glorious in victory.
It's going to be a snowy battle.
Are arriving.
So we've got enemy reinforcements here coming from the north, west, from that settlement. Of course, I have reinforcements coming from the south. We don't have too many bowman units here. Got a few. Healer in the middle, don't we? Ah, there's multiple healers. gonna speed it up a bit here. Wait for those units to get to my main army. So I have a lot of Faith Preservers and Sacred Garden Watch. Like 8 units Sacred Garden Watch, and 4 units Faith Preservers. Yeah. And the rest consists of Yellow Turban Warriors. With another, well, there is 3 Bowman unit, but I think maybe they're waiting for us to cross this river. The enemy is spotted. And they are moving upwards. Whoa. And they do have they have a fairly decent amount of bow units. So let's just put this on regular speed here. Saber Infantry. 2 units. Geon Sword Guards. Got some Axe Warriors. Lankai Swordsmen. 2 units. Got some Heavy Spear Guards. Lankai Spearmen. Unit apiece. More Spear Guards. Got some Armored Geon Sword Guard. What is this? Very cool. We also have some Axe Warriors. A lot of different archer units. They got about archers, archer and militia. 9 units, 10 units of archers. They got some cav. They got 1 cav unit I can see. Mounted saber militia. And they have a decent amount of generals as well too. Formation. We're gonna let them march to us. They're gonna cross that frozen river, I think? Or is it not frozen? Nope, not frozen. So they're gonna be fairly cold. I'd love to see some of those modifiers in regards to climate. That'd be really cool. You cross a frozen river and you get like chill, sluggish, action speed affected negative 20%. Something like that. It's snowing as well too. Maybe after a while in the battle, after a certain length of time, there's a certain kind of fatigue.
Make ready. Quick march. Archers ready.
So again, I have my troops here in pretty much a slight oval. I don't have too many archer units. Most of this is melee infantry. I don't have a single cavalry unit. A lot of swords and axes. I don't have is there not 1 spearman? I don't have any spearmen, so it's all axes and it's all swordsmen. Mostly blades. Again, those Faith Preservers, the medium axe infantry. Holding it down for that, at least. I got 5 units of that, I think. Nope, one of them's an axe wielder vulgar. Got those double axes and the Chinese rice paddy hats. And they are starting to approach. And they're pretty much approaching in the same length of line that I have set up as my front line. And I think for the archers, I'm going to want to try and pick off their archers. I think that might be the best bet.
Our comrade is under attack!
Make ready.
And they're not moving because they got some archers and they're just going to sit there and fire upon us. Now their right flank is hitting us. They're going to attack with the right flank first. Got some cavalry charge in right on the tip of the right flank. Taking that yellow Turban warrior unit. They're going to attack with some spearmen, some blades, and some axes. Of course, we're in formation, so we have a bit of an edge there, but they got some bow fire, but it's not firing on the right flank, luckily.
Come on, try harder!
Attack!
Blades! Take heed, warriors!
Swords drawn! Swords at the ready!
Okay, they're not doing too much damage on us because we are in formation. I did move up just a bit of my right flank, so it's a bit of in a jagged line, with my general holding it down in one of the gaps that seems to be missing a unit. I'm going to try and compensate now.
The enemy unit flees. What coward! March at the double. Blades.
Move, move!
Warriors!
So the right flank is engaged, and they haven't moved in the rest of them yet. They are starting to. The left flank's going to hit here any moment.
To attention!
Steel yourselves!
I got my generals in the mix. They have two of their generals now going to that right flank conflict. And finally the center is seeing some action.
Swords drawn!
Furthest to the right.
Swordsman ready! Ready, bow!
Go on, give up. I know you can do it.
Left flank.
Only wars were won with
Heavy spear guards taking on those yellow sky heralds, those macemen. Large Chinese mace. Some axemen, the Vulgars, trying to take on that armored Geon sword guard unit. I think I'm going to slow this on slow-mo. So pretty much all across the line now, for exception of a couple gaps off to the left flank and right in the center, right in the center. And so they're not able to fill up all the gaps, so I'm going to be able to fold and attack from behind in regards to multiple combat areas here. Mainly in the center. And also to the left flank as well, too.
Swords drawn! Swords
We're going to be able to maneuver some forces right behind the enemy and attack them from behind.
sharpen!
So you can see I'm doing that there on the left flank, and also in the center off to the left.
Swords at the ready! Run! To battle!
Blades. Charge. To attention. Steel yourselves. The time has
The
come.
enemy
Not too many buffs I'm able to
warriors
hit here.
ready!
So I'm going to rely on the prowess of my men.
At the ready!
Ready!
Spearman unit over on the right flank was able to get right behind, and it's being held off here just by
Steel yourselves!
one of the units. I'm going to try and shift the attack a bit.
Unleash fury!
Send my general over there to try and deal with it as well, too.
Attend!
Look, the enemy run.
And we are able to fold one of the generals here. He's on the move. He's retreating. And the bowmen are almost out of fire now, and they weren't able to do as much damage as they probably had wanted to do. 4 main conflicts off to the right flank, in the center right and in the center left, as well as to the left flank as well. The right flank, they have a lot of men, pretty much evenly matched with us in a certain sense, especially since they still have the bowmen, so they can shift it over there. In the center, we're winning those conflicts outright. And to the left, we're winning as well, too, although they are holding their own. Those spearmen right off to the left. The macemen aren't doing as well as I'd hoped. No, they are. They are doing well. Actually, the Yellow Sky Herald's light sword infantry are doing really well. Enemy general has fallen. Of course, my right flank is surrounded by the spearman unit. It's surrounded me.
Look, the enemy run! Craven!
All across the lines here, still battling it out. Now, we are edging them out fairly well here, specifically in the center. The right flank is really well matched. And they are sending their archers in. And we are able to break them in the center. And what we're going to do is we're going to slam them right in the right flank.
Hold the line!
And it's this center left area is real interesting. It's like this wide circle of enemy units that are just keeping this large amount of friendlies from getting through, and finally they break through on the enemy side because I had surrounded them, folded over, and that's gonna be the end of that for a while there. This wide circle of what the heck is going on here? Charge through.
The men have no ammunition.
To attention!
Finally did. Again, the left flank is able to work through one of those units. An Armored Geon Sword Guard unit, and they're going to be able to work on the spears. Way off to the right to the immediate left, the left flank. Now they're sending some bowmen over there to try and situate. But the enemy, they look fairly embattled here and
The enemy warriors are
off kilter.
running. Ha!
They're out of men, to be true.
Attend! Show no mercy!
Take heed, warriors! Charge!
Setting my generals here, and they just charge through. All of them taking out like 5-10 units. Right off the right flank. That's gonna put this, put these spears and swordsmen to bed, I think.
Swords at the ready!
Of course, that spearman unit right behind us is still attacking, although they're pretty much out of health too.
Blades ready!
Blades, prepare! Look, the enemy run! Craven!
course, we have some reinforcements coming over from the way past to the north. Across from that riverbed, so we still have to deal with a couple more units here.
Enemy general falls.
Heavy Jai infantry, 2 units. Jian infantry captain. Lankai archers, 2 units. And another 2 units of Lankai archers. We also have a couple generals here retreating backwards to that area. We're going to have to reform the line. And the last remaining pockets of units are going to be on the right and left flank. They did not have enough to cover the center. We were able to push through.
At the ready. Move. Swords at the ready. Swords.
One of our generals, it looks like he did retreat.
Swordsmen ready.
Sword! Do not relent!
Swordsmen ready.
One last charge here. Take out this last unit on the right flank.
Look, the enemy run. Craven. Steel yourself.
There they are in retreat. We're going to reform the line with the left flank.
Blades ready. Attend, swordsmen. March at the double. Swords sharpened. Stand ready. The time has come. Double time.
We're going to push right to the riverbed and fight this last retinue.
Ready. Stand ready. Take heed.
We're going to send in all 4 generals. Or maybe keep them with the men.
Run, run.
Head, swordsman.
We're going to fight them in the riverbed, maybe. I think that's what we're going to do.
Swordsman ready.
Blades. Fight.
At the ready. Axemen.
See just this charge from all directions here. Center, right, and left. These last remaining units of the enemy.
The enemy unit flees. What coward!
Swords drawn. Ready. Strike.
Prepare. Strike. Make ready.
See the generals on the move. We are able to push past those units.
Swords.
Attack.
At the ready!
To battle. running. Ha!
See the archers on the move, trying to flee. My generals are catching up to them.
Swordsmen!
Attack!
Stand ready! Take heed, warriors! Swordsmen!
Look! The enemy run! Craven!
Be ready! Charge!
The time has come!
The time has come! To attention! Do not relent!
Just trying to catch some of these archers that are on the retreat. A couple other units correcting as well too. Giant infantry captain and heavy giant infantry. Sort of harassing the southern part of my army here. I do have 4 units more to the south though, beyond that riverbed that I didn't bring forth.
Blades, prepare! Faster! Double time!
Attend, swordsman! Make ready!
The time has come! For China! Make ready! To attention! Kill them! Stand fast!
Warriors! Do not relent! Axemen, stand by!
Be ready!
At the ready! Attack! No, no mercy!
Swords sharpened! The time has come!
Make ready! Access! Swordsman ready! Take heed, warriors! The enemy warriors are
Scrappy Spirit and a couple of these units continuing to retreat and recorrect here.
Axe warriors! Show no mercy!
Axemen, stand by!
swordsmen! Move, move! Stand ready! Attack! To attention! Fight!
Take heed, warriors! To attention!
Stand by, axers!
Victory. There we go. Units all scattered throughout beyond that riverbed. After that initial battle. Clean victory.
Those who fight do not win. Those who win do not fight. This is the way of the Tao. You continue to grow and unlock the mysteries of the Tao. Now you must apply these learnings for the peace of the people. Your war has brought you to the very gates of your enemy.
Cunning
Behind their
triumphs over
walls,
brute
they
force.
steel themselves against your armies. They cannot hold out forever. Yet an assault may be costly if not swift. Yet wait too long, and reinforcements may arrive to relieve their embattled comrades. War grows bitter and enduring between you and your enemy. If there is no end in sight,
So they got shellacked here. I lost 4,629 with 627 remaining. I had lost 2,250 remaining, 2,792. Captured 793. Recruit,
We have need
12%
of courageous
recovery.
warriors. Though I ride, my heart remains with the people.
And they aren't able to break that siege.
We detest you, but this must end. You insult us.
Battle is done. It is heartening to know that there are friends awaiting us to laugh and tease and make the battle a distant memory. Such a bond is formed between two of your soldiers, and it is heartening to see this companionship enduring and growing over time. There was a wounded, one of our generals was wounded, Yai Runin. He's in Runin recovering. Some ancillaries, carrier's vestments, unit leader's outfit, stone archer. Gained some ranks, character developments. Friends, Wu Li and Pingai. Relationship lost, Wu Li and Gong Lan Shu. So we're going to leave it off here. We were able to take, able to sort of maneuver more forces to try and take that last remaining settlement of Shangyang. We're besieging Nanyang. And over to the east, Pencheng Temple was taken. And that remains, Thanks for joining.